Hello everyone. I mentioned before that I would say a book recommendation while I was having a conversation with a really nice person. They recommended this book to me called The Daughters of Eve. The last name of the author is Shafak, I believe. Hopefully I'm getting that right. I believe it's also a Turkish author. So that's the name of the book. I think it's Elif Shafak. Elif Shafak. I'm pretty sure that's like 100% right. Hopefully I got that right. I realized I've been pronouncing the word euconite instead of unikite for one of my crystals. I wonder if up close of my cheek there, but okay, I don't have it right off. Okay, so actually it matches my sweatshirt. But this is the color of the crystal that I keep calling euconite, and it's unikite. it's unikite. So somebody's throat chakra is uncleared at this time. Sorry about that. But or that may be a channeled message actually for somebody in the collective. I am channeling for right now. And also the unikite might be an interesting one because it might mean you're disconnected from the world at this time. Yeah, okay. And that's possibly why your throat chakra is closed, because you're not speaking, you're not in line, you're not aligned with yourself, and therefore you're not even aligned with the world at this time. Not in a mean way or anything like that. It's just you have to put yourself out there a little more, is what I'm hearing from whoever this person. Put yourself out there a little more is what I'm hearing. Put yourself out there. You have the strength and you have the courage. You're keeping it locked up because you're afraid to show your true colors, but people will accept you for who you are on the inside rather than the outside. That's the message I'm channeling for somebody. It might be for a twin flame connection as well. Your twin flame might have judged you in the past, or you might have healed, or so you thought you healed, but you're not quite over it yet. You will heal from this, I'm hearing, from your gods and queer gods and spirit. And mixing spirit energies, androgynous energies in both masculine and femininity, your beauty is going to explode, is what I'm hearing. You might have a Pluto Libra as well, which means you're actually going to not only heal from this, but you're actually going to change the nature of what people think beauty is supposed to look like. Wow. And you're going to change the whole world because of not only that, but you're also changing the world through beautification. Like everything you touches, you know that phrase, everything touches turns to gold? You're gonna create this new phrase, like everything you touch turns into a creation that nobody even sought to think of before. That's like the phrase that I'm channeling for somebody out there. So thank you so much for listening. I wanted to put that in a message. I wanted to actually do like a pull, not a pick a card, a pull reading. Pull reading on Thrival essentially means that I'm gonna do like a quick pull of tarot cards. It's not gonna be in any specific order or time frame or anything. It's not gonna be laid out. It's just gonna be particular cards that fall out in whatever deck I choose at the time. So it's just gonna be a tarot pull. Usually the tarot pulls mean shorter time frames of speaking time and also less cards. We have read off the bat. Oh my God, and that's in line 5 minutes exactly on the timer. So Daughters of Eve was the recommendation, actually. And I'm gonna read it along with you all. Actually, I'm probably gonna either get the book from a store nearby or something like that. If you can't afford that, which honestly, like, library books are the best. I might even see if they have that at the library, but I would visit your local library to check if they have it first, because library books are the way to go. I myself am going to do that before I try to achieve any purchase or anything like that. And if the purchase can't work out, you know, we all adapt, we all go through changes, so don't worry about it. I might not even post, like, I wanted to do like a video where I maybe post like a review or something like that. I always thought it would be a cool idea to like do like a book review or like be in a book club or something, but I don't necessarily consider myself a reader per se. Like, the person I was speaking to sounded like, who recommended me this book, is we were just joking around, and this person reads a lot of books. And I also do feel like for people of color who have multicultural, rich heritages, like myself and other people, you might be seeing birds, by the way. And I just saw hug a tree on top as well. So nature, please make sure to analyze how much sunlight you are getting and be out in nature and connect with birds in particular. You might see ravens, you might see hawks, you might see robins, you might be seeing monarch butterflies. You might be seeing a lot of green lately. You might be wearing green. You might be noticing more green. You might be coherent with reptilians at this time, like lizards and things like that. So for example, like chameleons, like those traditional lizards that you can just see like on the sidewalk sometimes, that like hide under things. You might actually be more in balance with those types of lizards, just like desert lizards. Yeah, that's all that I have for you for that. What else? Three Daughters of Eve. So with the Three Daughters of Eve, it's supposed to, okay, yeah. I wanted to say this quick spiel though about multicultural children and growing up with parents who are immigrants. I feel like reading, the approach, I feel like a lot of readers that I come across who call themselves readers and things like that don't understand that as a person of color, we may not have had the same upbringing. So our reading skills, or not necessarily skills, but our what we want to read may not have been brought to us in like a schoolroom. And so it might have turned us off from reading, because a lot of what we read about was like imperialism and imperialistic methods and racist comments and things like that were like okay to say in books and things like that. So I feel like I want to make that clear, like the reason, don't be hard on people of color who haven't read books, because it's just a different way of thinking, and there's different skills you can bring to the table besides reading English books. There's a lot of other skills out there that are just like as artisan-like as a reader, which can be incorporated maybe into, like, you might be a writer, by the way, who I'm speaking to right now. You might be a person of color, you might be a transgender person, you might be a queer person of color, you might be a lesbian, gay person, intersexual person. Wow, I'm definitely getting agender, gender fluid, gender flex. Intersex was the first time. This is the first time I'm feeling like an intersex person watching my videos. Maybe in the future, maybe in the present, maybe in the past, person who's in tune or aligned with my energy of this particular collective. But I'm definitely picking up on an intersex person watching this for the very first time. That popped right out of my mouth here. So that's really cool because I welcome all walks of life, all types of people. We are a queer channel here. That's like first and foremost, and also first and foremost, we are racially diverse here. I definitely feel like I'm speaking to a Cancer sun sign once again. Scorpio, Pisces, not so much. Yeah, 11:22 on the timer. Okay, here we go. So we also have, interesting. Share. Which is, okay, so I highly recommend you share ideas, share books, share things with people. Whether that be whatever book you want to share. It doesn't have to be the one I recommended. I just thought it would be like a fun thing to read together on my YouTube channel here. We could do like a read together. Instead of like a story time, we could do a read together. I just think that's so comfortable and adorable. And 12:12 on the timer, so I feel very cozy. I love the 12:12 number. I feel like it's it's not like just good luck is coming or fortune is coming. It's like the close of not only a cycle, but it's like comfort level where you don't feel the need to be anything you don't want to be. Like God accepts you for who you are. So our little reading circle, we don't have to be anything we're not. We can just kind of read when we want to read and do what we don't want to do. And it's just a little it's like I want to call it like the cozy corner or something like that. Yeah, the cozy corner. But in and out through the nose, out the mouth. Make a vision board. Write a letter to somebody you cherish. We have the frog here, and I mentioned lizards, and we have the snake here as well, and the rabbit's there as well. So you may see a rabbit. You might see skaters or a skateboard, or you might be near a skate park. Might be seeing wildflowers. I forget this type of flower, but it's like the one where it's like a weeds, but it's like a beautiful flower because you pick it up and you blow it and like the wisps come out. I forget what it's called. You may have a stuffed animal, or you should get a stuffed animal, like a Beanie Baby, or like just something you can cuddle with. It can just be a pillow. It doesn't have to be anything else. You can just have a blanket. You might hug a friend. Hug somebody you love. Hug somebody in your life or something. So the three daughters of Eve, what I know about it though, it was almost like a confirmation signal that I'm doing something right, because it's like these four multicultural children, or it's funny because it centers around the one girl in the book. And I thought it would actually center around the four of them. Kind of like that show Girls on HBO, how it like mostly is centered around, well, in the show actually I feel like it centers around everybody, but like Hannah, I guess, is supposed, see, like even when watching the show though, I didn't really feel like Hannah was the main source of like character development and stuff. So that was really cool, and I thought that was really cool, but apparently in this book it's really cool because it does center around the main character or something for some reason, and apparently that brings all the perspectives into line or something, into alignment for the natural flow of the book, which I think is already pretty cool. But yeah, it's a Turkish author. That's pretty much honestly all I know about it. I just know that, so when I was talking to this wonderful energy, the spirit, I wanted to say spirit boy. The spirit boy I was talking to, the spirit boy I was talking to, hopefully this person, I'm not attaching gender at all to this person, but that's literally just what I was like picking up on, spirit boy. But the spirit boy I was talking to, or spirit girl, or spirit man, or spirit whatever, there was this beautiful energetic spirit I was talking to, whom I was sharing my beautiful love of spirituality with, but not pushing it onto this person, because I was just like, hey, like I'm making videos and I've been messing around. I haven't really been putting a lot of pressure on myself to like make it a certain way or be a certain type of person in it. I've just been really hard on myself in the past with different sorts of ideas and things I've had. So I really want to let this naturally flow, even though I generally am like hard on myself. And I'm trying to like break that habit, but it's difficult. So, but I'm trying. That's what I'm trying. And so I was just sharing this, and then this person brought up that book, and the conversation just naturally flowed into that. So here's a little story time for you behind the scenes of what sparked the book recommendation. But I don't know if spirituality is in the book. It would be really cool if it was, actually, but I believe it was brought up because we were kind of flowing in conversation, and it did go from spirituality and my practice. I was kind of telling this person that I was learning more about chakras, and this person, I believe, like had a closed heart chakra in the moment a little bit. So I was like telling this person like that might also help you kind of like open up to different people, or something was opening your heart basically. And if you don't understand if you don't know what chakras are, I'd be happy to make a video about that in the future, but for now I'm not going to. I'm going to focus more on tarot and books and other stuff. Not even really books, because I feel like this is just it's a happenstance situation where it happened to be a book recommendation that just flowed in, and it probably has something to do with the spiritual nature or religion. Oh, that's right, we were talking about religion, because, you know, spirituality, it does touch on religious aspects. I don't make mine like mine's more of a spontaneous channel. So if it touches on religion, that's amazing. If it touches more on the spiritual aspects of life and beauty and abundance and prosperity and wealth and health and good, like genes popped out in my head, but what I mean by that is like roots of abundance and things like that, like your cultural ancestry and things like that. Being proud of who you are and where you came from, and not taking for granted what your ancestors gave you. That's what I mean. Which I feel like we all have these things, but we're not tapped into them. You see, so spreading the joy to the collective brings me so much joy. By the way, 1956 on the timer, and I feel like it means that right now you're extremely aligned with the hope and faith and optimism you have for your purpose in life, as well as your twin flames journey as well. Y'all are synchronized in unison on a soul-like level. So your DNA, your soul DNA is the same. You have the same soul DNA. That's basically what a twin flame is it's somebody in your life who has the same soul purpose, or different soul urges or soul purposes, but you do have the same purpose, I believe, most of the time. It's complicated, but we can get into that in a different video. Mainly for this particular part of the video, I just wanted to explain you do have the same soul purpose. Keeps popping up for some reason, but that's not the word I want to use. Urge also pops up. DNA. You're the same. You're obviously in a different meat body, but you are the same soul. That's where I'm gonna end it, with explaining twin flames, if you don't know what a twin flame is. But you might know what it is because you are on my channel and this explores the twin flame journey. So it's more of a self-love journey, but it's also a lot to do with your actual twin, I believe, because y'all's souls are aligned with each other's no matter what happens. So it's all good. It's really all good. What else would I like to say? Whatever. I don't really know. Why am I acting like this right now? I feel like there might be some other energies affecting you at this time. Pulling you in different directions. So write a letter to somebody you love. This could be a self-love journaling anecdote as well. What else? Oh, don't be afraid to speak your truth. I just want to say that one more time. I think the 4 children in the book grew up in the same country, but they may have traveled to different countries in the book or something like that. That's another thing I know about the book. This is kind of like how I watched my favorite movie, which was a Harmony Korine movie called what is it called? It's one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it's the all-time favorite, but it is all-time favorite, I think. I know people don't like to say, oh, this is my favorite movie, because it's like extreme or but I don't know. I don't think it's that extreme. Like, your favorite, maybe you just know who you are at this point, you know you're a hippie if you're a hippie, you're regimented if you're regimented, like, you know who you are, so my God, it has Matthew McConaughey in it. And it's a Harmony Korine film. Moonlight keeps popping up in my head. Ariana Grande song Moonlight now is popping up in my head. It's not an Ariana Grande song though. Moondog is one of the songs, and a lot to do with moonlight. So if you are a Cancerian sun sign or moon sign or Venus sign or Mars sign, you will love this film. I walked into the theater because I had no idea what this film was gonna be. I actually saw a billboard for it and I was like, this looks strange as heck. And then I was like, you know what though? I want to go see it. And I was actually gonna walk out like 7 minutes into it or something like that. But then I ended up staying for the whole thing and like even clapping afterwards, I think. I don't really remember. Like the way you'd clap like when an airplane lands, like I think I clapped for the movie. I don't know, I honestly don't remember, but I just remember like I would listen to the soundtrack a lot after I came out of it as well. You might be listening to music at this time, you might be singing a lot, you might be a singer yourself, you might be a soul person, like a soul level person. You obviously are, you're part of the soul collective, you're already tapped in. Gang But I don't know. I feel like a lot of this isn't even my energy right now, somehow. This blockage is, but I think I'm channeling for somebody right now, so it's perfect because I'm aligned with who you are and whatever you're doing and stuff like that. So whoever I'm channeling for, okay. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Shiz. Okay. 44 on the timer, so you are being protected at this time. 44 seconds. And 25, which is a very spiritual number. And 2 and 5 equals 7, which is one of the most spiritual numbers as a life path number, as a general numerological pull. 7 is somebody who's isolating themselves, who's turning inwards. This might be you or your twin flame at this moment, who's turning inwards, who's reflecting over past happened circumstances and things like that, and understanding who they are better. 8, 5, 13 might be an important number to you. Lucky 13, and 8 in general. 3 is an important number for you as well. What else? The Daughters of Eve. Okay, so you're tapping in at this time to who you are. You're confirming a lot of things about yourself. I can't wait to read this book now. Because, okay, so back to the film. Basically, I went into this movie, like, not knowing at all what it is, and then walking out knowing everything about it, understanding the character to, like, the nth degree, identifying myself as the character in a lot of different ways and traits and things that I wouldn't honestly normally say out loud. Or people saw me for that or whoever. Like, it's stuff that I would say out loud maybe, but people wouldn't naturally see me for who I am and stuff like that. So when I watched the movie, I felt very like, oh yeah. It was a tapping in moment without realizing it's a tapping in moment. But I know I'm not even necessarily saying the name of the film because I don't remember at all what the film's name is. Yeah, 13 is definitely an important number for you. 12 might be as well. Okay, what else? But maybe there's a reason for that, so I'm gonna trust God on that. You're experiencing transformation at this time, and I'm gonna pull from the Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the Rider-Waite. I didn't think I would, but let's do it. Yeah, so the book was essentially, though, like a confirmation of kind of like my upbringing being particularly unique from a lot of different people around me that I've experienced. So that was kind of confirmation, like when you go through trials and tribulations in your life and then you come out and you have no one to turn to. It was one of those moments where it was like, oh, like somebody else out there does understand me, and they actually like wrote a book about it, you know? I'm not going to say without reading the book, this is right up my alley or this is my book or anything like that, because clearly it's the author's book and there probably are many millions of people who can relate to this or something. But what I am saying is, like, I'm already excited to read it, even though obviously, as you know, I didn't pick up on a whole lot of different, religion was another thing though, because we were talking about religion. It's called The Three Daughters of Eve. And funnily enough, like, I'm a divine masculine. So I think we were talking about Adam and Eve maybe a little bit, but I'm just excited to find out what it is inside, because I feel like you can get confirmations from things. I knew I was getting confirmation as soon as I was talking to this person about this book, and this person was sharing with me what this book is about and everything like that. They were a spirit boy. I picked up a male energy. So we were both I will say we were both masculine entities. Or no, that was definitely a spirit boy I was talking to. I wouldn't say they're masculine necessarily, but they were spirit boy. Whoever gave me this book, spirit boy, if you ever find this channel, thank you. You can see how much I'm unable to explain what you've explained to me. Like in the moment, I was like absorbing all the information, and now I'm like, okay, I need to read the book, because as much as I absorb, like I would never be able to to explain the way you explained to me to my beautiful warm collective here, the way you explained it to me, until I tap in and read the book again, because my mind is filled with all types of degrees of varying information right now. It's tapping in, it's channeling messages, it's doing all sorts of things, so somebody's hurt. I don't know why. We have the Page of Cups here. Water sign, of course. Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody's wounded here. It might be a third party situation. Or you might be receiving communication. You might, whoa. All right, we'll go with it. You are the Empress. Ooh, I got a serious devil energy though right here. So somebody's fucking with your mentality secretively, but you might be in tune because you are the star. You can call out everyone's bullshit. It does feel like you're grieving, or somebody else is grieving over. It's like this communication went sideways. It went there's a pull here that's happening. Ooh, the 8 of Wands. Because you're being, you're seeking, the truth that you're spilling out to the public, I'm hearing. You might be somebody who is a YouTuber or a publisher or an author or you might even know Sanskrit. I just picked up you might know Sanskrit. You might know Sanskrit. Somebody knows Sanskrit who's watching this. You might have picked up on your own Vedic roots in your ancestry. Holy shit. You know Sanskrit? And then we have the star here too. I love that. You're communicating with the divinely timed, orchestrated, purposeful imagination. You're developing a creative pathway for communication to flow between evangelical angels who are guiding you. So you're actually working as a team with your own angels, which is really cool. Wow. Okay, 4 and 5 are definitely important. 54 and then 0. When we have 333 on the timer, which is one of the most spiritual and powerful angel numbers that exists in this particular universe. So you have a team who will combat your enemies like night and day, who are working night and day against devil energy, night and day. That's what I'm hearing. And then yeah, we have the 3. We have 7. Oh, and we had 5 again. And then we had 6. And 8. Wow. With 333 on the timer, I feel like I should post this video right now because I feel like that's a emergency number almost, where it's like, it's not an emergency number. I'm so sorry, I take that back. It's not an emergency, but it's like when someone needs to see the number at this moment in time, they need to see it now, or else like they won't understand they have a union, divinely guided. You're unionated. You might be in separation with your twin at the moment, but you're in union with companionship, like fucking crazy amounts, like right now. Like people everywhere are in flow state with you. So that's really important to understand. Like your separation with your twin is so that you get stronger within your own community and your circle. The circle of life is really important. Don't forget that.